Hi, this is Garrett Call. I am 15 years old and I'm a teenager living in the world of technology and experimenting with it and controlling it, if you would say, as a programmer. Um, Today I wanted to blog post about the cloud, so my thoughts on the cloud and cloud computing as it is. Right now, we have created cloud-based technologies. Not everything is stored in the cloud. Um, Currently, usually people will use their home desktop computer and they will have, external hard drives and things like that. You can technically refer to that as the cloud, but, some people don't like to go that route and they want to have their stuff stored, otherwise on someone else's servers, backed up somewhere else where it is secure, as they would say. What the thing I have about that is that technically their stuff is not secure either, because if you're really thinking about it, you know, if you store your stuff, say with Google, right? Say you store your stuff in Google servers. You're not really storing it, just in Google, not just Google. You're actually storing it on their servers, which are external hard drives. So basically, you're just sending it to an external hard drive somewhere in the world. That's all you're doing. So technically, it's the same as going out and buying an external hard drive. So what I don't understand is why you would pay, a certain amount of money for, you know, per month for it. I guess it's more secure. I think they have it backed up in a couple places on their servers, so it is pretty secure. But buying an external hard drive or two wouldn't be a bad idea either. I mean, that would cover about, I don't know, say $100 per external hard drive. That's, if you don't get them on sale or anything. Buy a couple of those, you basically get the same idea. Or even if you have a server at your house, which I currently do, but some people don't. Um, there's technologies like LogMeIn. It doesn't really back up your stuff. You can just connect to your computer and use it as, connect to it, like a remote desktop type of thing. Um, what else can I think of? You can use. There's a couple things being advertised on TV and stuff like that where you just pay like $5 a month and then it just backs you up. Um, the Google Chrome so far, the OS. I'm not talking about just the internet browser. Has I looked at it and it looked kind of cool. There's a couple design things I liked about it, a couple little things I liked. Um, but as with everything, there is complications. Um, it looks more like a Linux OS, and it is open source, so it is technically a Linux OS. Um, but it houses a Compiz-like feature, like Ubuntu has Compiz, effects, right? Well, it does the wobbly windows and the fire and all that stuff. But if you go to look at Google Chrome OS, it's like that. It's got a couple little features that are like that kind of thing, where they're just enhanced, where you've never seen them before, but they're there. But they got a couple things that they manage their tabs. But the guy that said in the view or the review I watched, he said, um, that this is just exactly like the Google Chrome browser. So if you run the Google Chrome browser at your house on your computer, you're basically running a Google Chrome OS on top of whatever OS you're running. So I thought that was kind of an interesting statement because basically the whole entire, you know, OS is based off of the Chrome browser. So they incorporated their browser within their OS as the only browser, and then you can run that. I don't know if it will be the only browser. They might make available, um, say Safari or Firefox. They might make those available, but for now it's just Google Chrome browser. And they have these pop-up windows and a couple other things. They've got little features, but all their stuff is stored in the cloud. So everything from the Google Chrome OS is all stored in the cloud. When you say write a note on a notepad-like thing on Google Chrome OS, it automatically updates right to the web. So it just flies right to the web. And this guy shows it on the video. He's typing away, and it just pops right onto the cloud. He's watching the cloud while he's doing this, and it's just updating all the time, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I'm like, what if you did, say, if you're a video editor or a programmer or something like that, and you were compiling large amounts of code? I don't understand how you'd store all this stuff on the cloud. It would take up huge amounts of data, and to send it, you'd have to have insanely fast upload speeds and download speeds to download your data back. So the problem I have with it is you would have to have some sufficient internet for what I do anyway. I would need some sufficient internet for it, at least 100 megs of internet download and upload speed to get what I need to have done quickly and effective. I mean, not 25, 30 megs is good for streaming stuff, but I want to, like, if I need to download a gigabyte ISO, say if I want to rerun a CD, like say Ubuntu Live CD, I can't do that unless, so I guess it would be stored on your hard drive disk, but what if your hard drive crashed and you want to redo it again? It just would take forever to download. And what if you were places where, you didn't have internet, or you didn't have that crazy good internet, or even internet itself? You'd be bricked. You'd be sitting there with no internet. You can't sync your data back. What if your computer crashes? You can't get it from somewhere else. Just things like that. I bet Starbucks and places like that would probably block those kind of sites because they would use huge amounts of bandwidth. So, just all in all, I just think the cloud should wait until internet has been, a little bit more, I guess it would be simplified. Like, it has to be simpler, better, faster, cheaper, for people, for everyone to have it. Okay, like Windows has been a popular OS, and Mac OS X was both popular OSs, because they work. They work out of the box on that machine. Unless you run into a couple issues here and there if you custom do stuff like me. I ran into a couple issues when I did mine. But, you run into those couple issues, and then once it's up and running, it's running. You got it running for a while. I mean, recently I switched from 32-bit to 64-bit, and, I mean, I love the difference. I love all these different things, but, some things just don't work. It's just some things like that. So, Google Chrome OS right now, it doesn't work in this kind of environment we live in for internet. So unless you have crazy good internet, you're kind of bricked, to say so the least. So this is Tech Wizard 123, or AKA Garrett Call, Teenage Blog. Bye.